in my city there's no McDonald's.
Are you serious? That is so unheard of for me. Because if I want to go to McDonald's,
I'm talking seriously.
I would just drive.
There's no McDonald's, no Burger King, no Hard Rock Cafe.
And here we are. If you missed it live, don't worry. All the way from Alatri, Italy, we have Joy as our guest in the 5th episode of Cerebral Stories. Come check it out. Good morning, everybody. Joy, good morning. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Sorry, I glitched for a moment.
It's fine. You're just so excited to just glitch you through the screen?
Yeah, I glitched in real life though.
Yeah. And this is great. It's 6:10 a.m. Currently have 5 viewers. Good morning, guys. We have, like I said, we got Joy here, joining us all the way from Alatri, Italy. Not Atari. I used to say Atari.
No. Yeah.
See how mad she got? Y'all better watch your Italian around it. Shit, man. You'll say salami and she's like, no. Salame. Like, you know what? You're right. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're good with Italian words.
Thank you.
Keep it like this.
I can speak Italian. It's a me, Mario. Just kidding, Joy. I'm very delirious, guys. It's 6 a.m. So if my jokes are a little off, I'm sorry. It's 6 a.m. for me, 3 p.m. 3 p.m. for Joy, right?
Yeah, 3 p.m. for me.
And Joy's joining us all the way from Alatri, Italy, like I said. Anything you want to tell us about that town? Were you born there and grew up there your whole life?
I was not born there.
Really?
I was born in the nearest city. It's really not that big. I mean, it's smaller than this city where I live now.
Really?
Yeah. It has a strange name like this, but I'm not gonna say it because I don't like to remember that city. Didn't give me so much, so I don't talk about it.
I completely understand.
But yeah,
that
I wish I was born there, but
where?
No.
In the U.S.?
I mean here.
Oh,
here.
I was like, what?
Here. Sorry.
You want to be born in the U.S.? Well, you live in Italy. You're crazy. But then again, a lot of people think, tourist America, really big spot, and all that kind of stuff. And we'll brush up on that a little later. But so something about Alatri, like, is it very touristy? Do you guys get a lot of tourists? Because honestly, I've never heard of the city until I met you.
No. I mean, the only people that visit this city are students that make, school exchanges. Yeah, there's not so much to see in my city, so there's not so many people that come here. But, well, we have a little bit of story behind it. I don't know. This city is maybe a couple thousand years old.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
I don't know exactly.
Last I read about it, it was about 300 BC. Like, so it was its own village or city, whatever it was back in the day, around 300 BC until I think 308 BC. Rome took it over, making it obviously part of the main empire.
Yeah.
Or it wasn't even an empire then.
All the my city and all the cities around it were all in the perimeter of Rome. It was all Rome.
Yeah.
But then, people fought, people lost, Rome won, and,
Yeah.
all divided in smaller pieces. And here's my city.
Alatri. I'm very curious about that actually, because as far as cultures go, I think a lot of people misunderstand the history of Italy and Rome itself, thinking that it was just one completely unified, empire. But in reality, it was a bunch of different little, you can even say little countries and, little states all in one spot.
Well, yeah, you're not wrong, but you're not even right because
Ooh,
at
interesting.
yeah, because
Yeah,
Rome
I
it
love this.
wasn't a city at the beginning.
Yeah,
At the beginning, it was a real empire, and it took over Italy and most of the
yeah,
Europe that we know now.
yeah.
But then here comes a war there, and people divide itself.
Mm-hmm.
But didn't lost so much, I have to say.
No.
Um, yeah, if you look at a map,
Mm-hmm.
all the center,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe a great part of it, it's all in the in how can I say, um, it's all under the command, let's say like this,
Mm-hmm.
or Rome.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Not so many cities that are in the center of Italy are not affiliated with Rome.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be more distant to not be.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah, it's a big thing even now.
Because I mean, as far as where the map is, it's very. I mean, how often do you visit Rome? Now that if you were on the subject of Rome, have you? How many? Is it
Oh
something you
well,
frequently do? Your volume cut out. There you
recently,
go. Okay, what was that? Recently?
yeah. Sorry, it's my. I think it's my mic.
No, no,
Maybe
no,
I
you're
have
good.
to move it.
No, no, no,
Sorry.
it's perfect now.
Okay.
Like it just completely
Okay,
muted, but
okay.
it's perfect. You're good.
Yeah, I did visit Rome recently, but I I don't know. I used to visit Rome very frequently,
Really?
but not anymore. Yeah, but not anymore. I mean, it's not that distant from my city. It's maybe a 2 hour drive
Oh
or
wow,
2 hour with a train.
wow, that's really not that far. It's like me driving to LA.
Yeah, I know.
That's awesome. And it's funny because people fly there to visit that great city and just Italy in general, you know. Well, it's just in your backyard, and I find that funny too because I mean, obviously I live in San Diego. And it's got everything. You got the zoo, the amusement
Well,
parks. You got SeaWorld, Legoland, and then up like further up, you have Disneyland, Six Flags, and it's so funny just growing up here because you can just go to those places and drive, and so you realize that you have people packing up their
yeah.
bags and flying over here to do that stuff, you know. And just things
Yeah,
we take for
that's why I like big cities,
yeah.
because in little towns like mine, there's no such thing. I mean, if I want to go, let me get an example. If I want to go to McDonald's,
Uh-huh.
I have to travel to another city because in my city there's no McDonald's.
Are you serious? That is so unheard of for me.
Yeah,
Because if I want to go to
yeah, I'm
McDonald's,
talking seriously.
I would just
Yeah,
drive.
there's no McDonald's, no Burger King, no Hard Rock Cafe. I mean, the first Hard Rock Cafe I knew, it was in Rome, I guess.
Yeah.
In Rome, I think.
If I,
Yeah,
if I wanted to go to a
and
McDonald's, it's 5 minutes away. If I wanted to go to Burger King, it's literally 15 minutes away.
oh, you're so lucky.
I think you guys are luckier
Yeah.
not having easy access to that food. That's what's killing this country.
Oh, well, it depends on people. I mean,
That's true. I
I
mean,
eat and I
yeah,
eat and I'm always the same. So yeah, I'm pretty lucky too.
that's good. That's good. Hey, I said the same thing when I was like 20, right? But then here I am. Anything I eat just blows me up.
Well, yeah, there was a period of my life when even if I watched, I don't know, a meter away, a biscuit, that will make me boom. Yeah, and now it all changed.
Oh man. And As far as transportation there goes, do you drive a lot there? Do you take public transportation more often?
Uh, no, I prefer walking.
Wow.
I mean, yeah,
That sounds
it's
like
a little
shit.
city, so you don't have to pick public transportation always to go everywhere.
Oh my
I
god.
mean, my house is pretty centered, so I don't need it. But if I have to go, I don't know, maybe if I have to go shopping, yes, I take it, because there are no supermarkets or even stores that are near me. So I have to take it to go there. Yeah.
Really? What's the closest
Yeah.
like stores and like just in general,
The
clothing,
closest
food,
store
grocery?
to me,
Yeah.
it's a mini market. A mini market. That's now I'm gonna make you laugh. I live. Oh my god, my English is going place.
It's your English is awesome. Don't worry about it. Take your time, think on it.
I live on a mini market.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm trying to picture that.
Downstairs, I have a mini market.
That's super neat. That's super old school. Like
Yeah.
that's super old school style. Like it's something you'd see like in Rome or in ancient Italy. That's
Yeah, you
super
can
sick.
even see it from the street view from Google Maps. You can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see my windows.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, I know what you mean because we have a place, in the Philippines. I mean, I haven't been back in 13 years. 14 years.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And I completely understand. I mean, the houses there are also markets. It's very what do you call it? It's just
I don't know.
you just run your business the way you want to. If you want to sell shit, just sell it.
Oh.
And I do miss having some sort of semblance of a culture. I mean, American culture is, to be fair, even though it's not non-existent, it's just very new, and it's still trying to find its culture itself. I mean, it's a country that's only been 200 years old, 250. That's like only 4 grandpas and grandmas.
Yeah, I think so.
While the Philippines is very ancient, Italy's very ancient. I mean, our people have their own, way of living, speaking, and all that stuff. While a lot of things in America, I think, is good, but at the same time doesn't really have its identity, is borrowed from all the cultures that are here. But I think let's see where this country gets to in 100 years and see what people think of us now, because it's America is such a fast-moving country. Just when you think about its birth, in the 1700s, 1776. Through all the wars, the racism, the reformations, and all that kind of stuff. It's just so fast moving. How about in as far as Italy goes? How fast is government there? How is it?
Oh well, if we really wanna talk of Italian government, well, we're gonna stay here for a long time, buddy. The government here isn't much better to the government there.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot.
Sincerely talking.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Everyone thinks of his own business.
Mm-hmm.
No one thinks of the people we live in here.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all left to ourselves.
It sounds like
we don't have really a person that helps us when we need it.
It sounds like where America's going. And I think the issue is with our politics right now is it's either you're conservative or a liberal, but at the end of the day, it's always who has the most money, right? I mean,
yeah.
It doesn't matter if the person in charge is corrupt. Like it doesn't matter what they represent. All they're there for is money. And I think as far as countries go, America is very big.
The only difference in Italy has only a different thing from America. America is is big. It's a big ass
Yeah, it's very big.
thing. I mean, yeah, and one person, one president has all the power.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it works like that. But in Italy, we're, you know, if you compare Italy to other cities or other, I don't know, other nations, other things, we're pretty small, and we have a lot of people that want the power, so they fight for it.
I see what you
But
mean.
in the meantime, they're fighting for this. The people get
Left,
hurt.
yeah.
How can I say?
Left behind.
There's people that doesn't find jobs. People that don't have a home, don't have a family, don't have someone that helps them. We're really in a critic. How can I say? My English.
Critical
always
time,
disappears.
critical moment. No, but we
Yeah,
totally
yeah.
know what you mean.
It's a terrible time for Italy. Yeah, it's a terrible time for Italy.
I think that's what's going
even
on
now.
for the rest of the world right now. I don't know what happened in the last 4 years between our elected leaders, from Italy to here to Britain to Brazil to the Philippines. It's all the same crazy shit with the leaders. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, it's insane. I mean, I don't know what's right. I mean, you obviously know what's right and what's wrong. But there's somebody else with another opinion, so I can't really say that out loud, because maybe I'm wrong. But I think the problem is people don't like admitting that they're wrong, or people don't like it.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's one of the main issues. It's either I win and you lose, or both of us lose, especially in this country. There's never a win-win. When you're winning, someone else is losing. It's just a capitalist society.
Yeah, actually.
And
yeah, I mean, it could have been better, but in particular, this year in particular is the worst year I've ever lived. I mean, Australia is under fire.
Yeah.
Australia is on fire. The world is at the edge of a war, and I don't know what even to add from this. I was not I was not thinking of it, but in Italy, in particular, there's a virus going on.
Oh yeah, the coronavirus.
Yeah, people are containing themselves in their own home because there's a virus that's killing people actually. And we don't know what to do because no one tells us how to act to prevent this to happen,
So the government's not like...
Yeah, it's not happening at all.
That is...
People are dying and they're, in their comfort zone, making what they want, drinking tea like you're doing right now, and, saying, fuck it, I'm gonna stay here, watch people crawl in their home like nothing happened. So yeah, we're practically dying alone in there.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's funny because when you watch American news and all that kind of stuff, you swear like the world is ending, and then you hear stuff like this.
Oh yeah.
And as shitty as things are going right now, we still get PSAs, or especially in workplaces, they should tell you how to prevent this thing. Make sure you do this, you do that, otherwise it's against city law. So this the same virus that's going around the world is saying is happening in Italy, right?
Yeah.
And it's just being treated as if it's no big deal. It's funny that you say that too, because Trump today just said, our own medical experts said out loud that this is bad. It's growing at a rate, really bad. And then Trump just said not to worry about it because it's not a big deal. It's just the blindness of I guess our politicians and our leaders and stuff like that. It's
Oh
just,
no, no, no,
oh no,
you go
I'm
first.
saying,
You go
I'm
first.
saying, and as far as like my political discussion goes, I'm not going to talk about who I support, who I don't support. When I just said that statement about Trump saying it's not a big deal, it's not just him saying it's not a big deal. It's pretty much like you said, everybody that's on the comfort zone, drinking tea like me, and just not finding ways to help people out. And I think that's a really,
Yeah,
really bad method of living in a society these days.
yeah. Mm.
And I do think people are very, especially now, is their mentality is, oh, this can't happen to me, until it does.
Yeah, they think that money can cure everything,
Yeah.
but it can. It cannot. I mean, it's stupid. Just even thinking of it,
Mm-hmm.
it's a stupid thing to think, because what can money do against nature? I mean, nothing.
And I hate quotes, guys. I really hate quotes. But there's one that's just really true. Um, is a poor man will wish for money, but a sick, wealthy
Hmm.
man will wish it only wants one thing, and that's to be healthy. There's nothing you can do when there's nothing you can do. Like, not money might buy medicine, this and this and this and that, but it can only do so much until the real thing hits you.
Hmm.
So Italy in general, though, how do you?
Hmm. Tell me.
What is so? What's It is interesting. The What stereotypes do Italians have about Americans? If you were to impersonate one right now, what do you guys talk about when it comes to generalization of Americans? Because trust
uh,
me, there's a lot
well,
about. If
yeah.
you're gonna impersonate an Italian in here, we do this shit.
Hmm. Well, I'm not a stereotypical person. I don't know the classic stereotypes that Italians do, but I think the major thing is, oh yeah, Italians believe that going in America and maybe find a job or find a good home, it's easy.
Mm-hmm.
All the Italian people I know think that America will cure everything that's wrong in Italy.
I
They
mean,
don't see
it's bad.
how all the problems are. They don't see how the same problems are going everywhere. They
Uh,
think that America is the promised land,
it used to be,
and
and sure as all used to be.
well,
Well, let me put it this way. I can't say it's not at the same time because my family completely immigrated to the States, right? And we
mhm.
have a life here, good life, cars, homes, jobs, but that's because my grandpa moved here decades ago, before he passed away. That was a different time. As far as to anybody, especially that's gonna watch a stream now, that's living in Italy, having the same mentality. It's just harder now. Things are more expensive. I mean, living here in California itself is just very expensive to even, I guess, to even want to breathe, really, especially with everything you need to pay for. And not only that, is it that's in California. It's a very expensive state to live in general. I mean, that's my experience. I'm sure if you move to places like Arizona, it's a lot easier and cheaper. But there's a couple things in America. If you don't have a car, you're completely fucked. Um, Literally,
So I can't come in America because I don't have license yet.
you can, but honestly speaking, our public transportation here is shit. Unless you're in like the main cities, but even then, we don't. It's like for example, San Diego, very big city, but a lot of what's a. Let me ask you this: what's a typical drive or walk to work for in general for you guys? Because I drive
Uh,
to work for an hour.
oh well, I don't have very much experience
Hmm.
in work, but maybe if I think of it, the most, I don't know, the place where people work the most is, I think, hours away from where I am. So yeah, you need a car or
Mm-hmm.
public transportation that works.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the main reason I want to go elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Because not even public wow, I I continue fucking it up my
No, it's perfect. You
words.
speak
What?
really good
Yeah.
English.
Yeah, what was I saying? Oh
Public
yeah,
transportation.
public transportation doesn't work very well here,
Mm.
so I want to move elsewhere.
Okay.
Because yeah, here for a bus you have to wait almost an hour. There's one every hour when people
Wow.
need it.
Yeah.
So I don't know, maybe they should put one every, I don't know, 15 minutes maybe. I think this is gonna work, but they don't do it. So yeah, we have the same problem, see?
Yeah. And in your city, do you have a lot of new people
Yeah.
moving there? Because you said there's a lot of old people, right? Do people move to your city, or
No,
they just move away?
oh no. No, there's no so much people moves here.
Yeah.
Most of the people actually move out.
Mm.
I mean, yeah, there are babies, so people are making children, and the city
Mm-hmm.
is going to grow.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe, but when those children grow up, the first
They're
thing
gone.
they're gonna do is move out. I
Okay.
mean, yeah, I moved here just because I wanted to go to school there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, here,
Mm-hmm.
uh, because yeah, the school I was doing, uh, there was a school like that in the city where I lived before. So I had to move here. But yeah, now that I'm thinking of it, I should probably move out. Yeah.
Yeah. How many years you giving
Yeah.
yourself?
Uh, I think, if I'm not wrong, 4 or 5 years.
Not a bad plan. That's a good goal. 4 or 5, realistic, doable.
Yeah.
Any cities you're thinking about that you wanna go to?
Yeah. I was thinking to go to Rome,
Mm-hmm.
but
Lovely.
it's yeah, but it's not possible because Rome is a city where you need a stable job that pays well,
Mm.
and a person that does not have a degree cannot have it, and I don't have it, so I have to, go lower, and maybe I will go near Naples, maybe.
I see. I see. Well, at least you got plans, and you're thinking about it
Yeah.
straightforward. That's a good thing. I think that's a lot of things that people lack here, especially the younger generation. Just think that everything should happen for them and will happen for them. And I do hear the arguments, of back in the day it was easier because things were cheaper and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. But I also have the issue of, even if things were cheaper, I think our generation is so fucking lazy that they'd find a way to make sure it gets to them for free. Like, I totally know the argument. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's it's a it's a lot harder. It was a lot easier for our parents back in the day. School was cheaper, housing was cheaper, gas was cheaper. True, true. That's very true. But the way, like, most of the kids these days are acting, and I sound so old, right? Or it's just
Yeah.
it's just
Don't worry, I
very,
sound old too.
yeah, it's just very lazy and unmotivated, and it's starting to turn into, what can I do for you? What can you do for me, instead of what can I do for you? Especially in workplaces now.
Yeah.
Uh, I think it's more of the fear that it's so easy to sue someone in this country, or throw them in a court if they did something wrong with you. Everyone's so sensitive here nowadays. It's just insane. Um, how is what's it like for what do you call it? I'm very curious how people
What?
take things there in Italy. Do they get easily offended, or people tough skinned, or
Oh,
because here, oh
well,
my
it
god,
depends on what you do or what you say.
yeah. What's
Um,
one thing very people that are very
Italians,
sensitive about? Uh huh.
yeah, I have to say it. Italians are people that like to fight a lot.
Oh yeah.
We like to fight. Yeah, yeah.
Well,
I think, even if you have a very calm state of living,
hmm.
you have in your DNA the will to fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking really.
Yeah. No.
Maybe.
I work with a
Well,
couple
I can
Italians.
talk about how I do in this kind of situations. I'm usually a calm person
Yeah.
and a shy person,
Yeah.
so I don't like to talk a lot.
Uh
Yeah,
huh.
I'm not. Now I'm talking, so I'm a little bit strange in
No.
this kind of things,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, uh, it takes a lot to make me angry. But if someone really tries me, then I'm going to be mad. I'm going to be really mad. So yeah, I think most of Italians work like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. That is funny. Oh man. And that's thanks for all the information about your city and your country. That's very eye opening, I guess, when you put it that way. Because Americans have a crazy view of Italy, thinking it's just so chill. People there are so nice. All you guys do is eat pizza and spaghetti and drink wine all day. No
Yeah,
joke, no joke.
I would prefer it that way.
And
But in reality, Italy is just a disaster, I think, in every way possible.
politically, though, right? I mean, the country itself and the people are very, I guess you can say, cool. Uh, I mean, there's a
Yeah,
big difference.
yeah,
Like when I say, okay, um, when I criticize, it's funny because when I say Americans, it's more the government I'm criticizing because they do represent the Americans. But as far as
yeah,
Americans themselves go, not the government but the people, it's very
yeah.
different from what you see in government. It doesn't matter. I have friends from all political spectrums, and I just don't think our representatives really represent us that well because it's so torn in our country. But then when you talk to the people, hang out with the people, work with the people, are friends with the people, how come we can get along, but the elected politicians we have can't get along? They're supposed to represent us, right? But it's very this or that. Whereas
Hmm.
the people themselves, Americans themselves, don't really hate each other much. I mean, as far as all this crap you see in the news and stuff like that, yeah, it does happen a lot more often, but it's not as often as every day. What's really fucking us is the government, and that goes for conservatives and liberals, not just one side.
Yeah. I must say that the problems here are both, I think,
Yeah.
because we have a government that doesn't care about Italy, and we have people that are like
Duh.
sheep. I
Yeah.
mean, you say something,
Yeah.
they follow the thing without further information.
I see.
So they don't actually know what they're doing. They're just following the mass. And I think that's wrong
Hmm.
because uh, almost all of our politicians are closed minded people.
Okay.
And yeah, and so Italy is very, very closed minded. Um, like you can, if you go out, like um, Like today, if
Mm-hmm.
I go out today
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know, I'm walking through a park. Um, if there's I don't know, two girls holding hands and maybe kissing,
Mm-hmm.
you will see people watching them in a strange way. I mean, you see their their stares that are really bad, are bad,
So Italy still has a
because
problem with
they don't.
homosexuals
Yeah, yeah,
and
because
just yeah.
yeah, because they don't understand, or maybe don't want to understand
Mm-hmm.
that the world is changing, the world is evolving.
Yeah.
They want to remain in the past. They want to remain at their time. I mean, they don't want to go home. They are.
I find that funny
I
that
don't know. Maybe they are good in their time and they don't want to go on. I don't know. I can't understand, and I don't want to understand
nah.
how this kind of people think, because it's a very wrong thing to do, and I don't understand it. I don't understand it at all. Uh,
Well, it's
you
because
know, I
you're not following the same steps as
yeah.
you know. I mean, that's funny that you say that because like Italy has a problem with homosexuality, but when you read ancient Rome and its generals, they were they were fondling each other, dude. Like dudes,
Yeah,
the greatest
I know.
Roman
But
generals, the
if you try
greatest
to
Roman
say it,
politicians, it's in the
yeah,
books.
if you
It's in
try
the
to
books.
say that thing to an Italian,
Really.
he will say like, no, it's not true, it's not true.
But it's
They will say
literally
it's not true.
it's written by the people themselves. I mean, obviously Greeks aren't Italians, but as far as culture goes, they're coming down off their high horse from the Renaissance. Thanks, Doc. That's very true. And it's funny because as far as Italian, Greek culture, and all that kind of stuff, and it's the greatest warriors and generals all slept with, like, not all obviously slept with men, but they didn't have a problem with sleeping with men. And that's just in history. That's a historical
Yeah.
fact. There was an army, obviously, like I said, I mean, Italy's not Greece, but there was an army in Greece that was just comprised of man
Mm-hmm.
lovers. And I,
Yeah, but it's all natural. It's natural, but they don't want to accept it. They don't accept it.
mm,
And I don't know why. I mean,
that's very
they're
gay.
people just like you, just like us. And why can't you just mind your own business and let them live? No. I mean, I'm saying this and I'm Italian too, so I'm talking about my people. Every time I see something like this,
Hmm.
I hate being from here, because how can we say to people that maybe don't know us that we are a beautiful place to visit, a beautiful place where you can live in peace, when you cannot tolerate people that think of a thing in, I don't know, another way, not the way that you think it.
Yeah,
I mean, it doesn't make sense for me.
it doesn't. And
It doesn't. It really doesn't.
it has a lot to do with, obviously, I think, where you're living,
Yeah.
too, as well, especially in the specific part. I mean, like for the United States, for
Yeah.
example, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have, it's fun. It always works where it's a funny study because it's always work. The cities by the water, right? The main cities by the
Yeah.
water that are port cities, dock cities, are more, I guess, advanced and accepting. That's why LA, San Diego, New York are
Mm-hmm.
very, what do you call it, liberal in their point of views when it comes to that kind of stuff. Not only because that's where growth happens, where trade happens, where new culture happens, where people move into, especially back in the day and now. Whereas, our interstates, very old, nobody wants to move there. They don't meet any real, immigrants or get waves of immigrants because it's way too deep in the middle. And
Yeah.
I find it funny that it's always where the old people live. Um,
Well, yeah, maybe that's the thing, but I sincerely, I see even people that are my age that talk bad, even of people, that come here, trying to find a new life. Maybe, I don't know. We here in Italy
that's
have
interesting.
a lot
Yeah.
of Chinese shops
Uh
or
huh.
Chinese restaurants. You know,
Uh huh.
uh, all aliens, most of all aliens,
Hmm.
love going to Chinese restaurants. But then
They hate the Chinese.
when they meet, yeah, when they meet Chinese people on the street, yeah, they talk back to those people.
That's terrible.
Yeah, they're always saying things like, "Why don't you go back to your country? Why don't you go back to your own?" And that's rude. That's really, really rude. I don't know how someone could say that to a
Trust me.
person. I mean,
I live in San
what the
Diego.
hell?
I live in San Diego. You'll
Yeah,
find people go to a Mexican restaurant and complain why the
yeah.
Mexican restaurant has a Spanish menu. Tell me if that fucking makes sense.
What?
Yeah, I'm not kidding. If the signs are in Spanish, the food's written like the food, the signs, they'll be offended. They'll go inside a Mexican restaurant and get mad why things are in Spanish.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous. They'll eat a
yeah.
burrito and enjoy it, but then hate the people that fucking made it. It's like, dude, uh,
Yeah, actually, now that I'm thinking of it, that thing happened to me. I was maybe at a store. I don't know when or where. And
how dare this Mexican? I just said because there's literally a
yeah,
video the other day that came out of a white dude and a Mexican rep. I guess races are relevant, right? I mean, it could be any race, but if you go inside a
yeah,
fucking Mexican restaurant, the food is
yeah,
Mexican, it is written in Spanish. How the fuck are you gonna complain? That's like somebody coming into an
yeah.
American steakhouse and complaining why things are in English. That's just fucking stupid. I'm sorry, I cut you off there, Joey. We're getting in deep. I like this. Go ahead, continue with your story. Said it happened to you.
Oh no, no, no. Yeah. I'm reading in the chat. There's
Yeah,
a Doc Stockton
doc.
that is saying
He's a doctor in an
really
office.
good things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like they coming down of there, I from the Renaissance. Yeah. How dare the Mexican food be Mexican? Yeah, I don't know. Tell me.
Oh
Well,
my god.
yeah.
That's just
Yeah, I was saying that happened to me. I was in a store and a couple of, I think, a German couple
uh-huh.
entered the store and got off to the people that were at the counter, complaining that they weren't speaking German. I mean,
Wait.
you're in Italy. what
Wait,
what do
wait.
you think you're doing?
Wait. Wait, what? A
Yeah,
German
and
couple
you have to know
is in
that
Italy.
most of the stores that are in there in my city are run by elderly people. So you cannot ask an elderly woman to talk German, to speak German.
I mean, not only Jesus
She
Christ.
cannot do it.
Look at where your city is compared to the rest of
Yeah,
Italy. I'd understand maybe if it was in northern Italy, where it borders Germany,
yeah,
or even by the Swiss Alps. But
yeah.
but the,
Maybe
maybe there,
in
but
that place we work, but not here.
not
I
there.
mean, most of the people here barely speak Italian.
What do you mean? The dialect?
Yeah.
What's a dialect in Alatri or Alatri?
Oh, Alatrese.
Alatrese. Sounds like 3 o'clock.
Yeah. Sì, più o meno. Oh no, I'm speaking Italian.
A las tres. Huh, 3 o'clock? Alright.
Yeah, 3 o'clock is tre in punto.
Tres en punto. Uh, let's see.
Yeah, that's 3 o'clock.
A las tres. Now is that? I've never. That's crazy because that. I mean, obviously, we all have our dialects. How many dialects are there in Italy? I keep forgetting. how big Italy is. And just
Yeah.
like in the Philippines, right? We speak Tagalog, which is our main language. Not our main language, but a language. There's actually not one main language in the Philippines. It's technically called Filipino, just to not offend the certain regional areas and tribes. Because if you put one of the dialects to be the main language of the Philippines, then it's seen as more of a favor for that region. So the official language is, I guess, Filipino, which is a mix of all our languages. How many dialects do you guys have in Italy? Do you
Oh
know?
well. I don't actually know because they're too much.
Yeah,
Well, in my city, one.
of course.
But I know that most of the bigger cities, in any region of Italy,
Mm-hmm.
are plenty,
Yeah,
plenty of, yeah, yeah. I mean, I know maybe three dialects from three different cities. I
really.
know my dialect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know my dialect, Roman dialect, and how do you say that in English? Oh my god.
So Roman, Alatrese,
Tuscanese dialect.
Tuscan.
Yeah,
Oh,
I know Alatrese.
that's
I know Romano is the dialect of Rome.
mm-hmm.
Romano. And I know Tuscanese dialect.
Tuscany. That's
That's
Etrusca back in the day, right?
really, yeah, that's impressive.
That's
Yeah, when you go to Tuscany, you you hear people that don't pronounce the C.
mm.
They don't say it. Yeah,
What
like
the
if you
hell?
wanna say, um, if you go in Tuscany
How you
and you
say
want to
cunt?
say, I drink Coca-Cola with a straw, with an all-colored straw, you say,
Hola.
in true correct Italian, you
Uh-huh.
say, bevo la Coca-Cola con la cannuccia colorata. This is correct Italian, but if you say it in the way in Tuscany say it, they say bevo la Coca-Cola con la cannuccia tutta colorata.
Hola, hola.
They, yeah, like Spanish, colorata.
Colorata. They don't say their
They they
C's
don't they
in
don't
Tuscany,
say the
huh?
C.
Toscana,
They
huh?
don't say it.
Where'd you learn that? Isn't that a little
Yeah.
further up north from where you are?
Oh well, I used to go in Tuscany in vacation,
Okay.
so I know.
And
Yeah.
when you say they're very different in dialect, are the words obviously the words are different, the senses are different because I speak two Filipino
Yeah.
dialects, right? And you
Yeah.
cannot think that they're the same language at all. They're very different.
Yeah. Well, it's like American English
Hmm.
and Britain's English. I
Okay,
mean,
so it's
you
more
say, yeah, in America you say cookie. In
British
Britain you
biscuit.
say biscuit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's different.
Okay.
Or maybe you say trash can or you say bin.
Bin.
It's like that.
I was actually talking. Who was I talking to? I was talking to Baby Bear about this like last night. It's the girl
Yeah.
I stream with. Uh, because just how different our dialects are and how we spell. She tried to correct me because I spelled color, COLOR. She goes, no,
Oh
it's
yeah.
COLOUR, and I'm like, no, motherfucker, you don't need to add another letter to that shit. It's color, not color. And I hope she's gonna watch this, cause that shit's stupid, Bear. Right, Doc? Right? Oh my God, is right.
Oh my god,
She
what? Oh my god, what?
she spelled it with an OUR. Oh, and by the way, when I was in London, I
Yeah.
was very confused because I asked for chips
What?
with my burger and I got
Oh
fries.
yeah.
I got fucking fries,
Yeah.
and I'm like, what the fuck is this? I wanted potato
Yeah, because
chips, not fries.
yeah, that's different. That really is different.
We want a war to drop those.
Yeah.
Doc, Doc, you kill me, bro. I'll take a pic of that, send it to her.
We want a war to drop those you.
That's right. It was called the Revolutionary War. and I hope she comes in so she sees it.